Hey, so we have a Lick Friday coming up in just a second, which we might need a guitar for. So we're on week 354 as far as I can remember, and we've got a lick which comprises of shape 5 of the pentatonics and then going into a natural minor run descending pattern, basically in groups of 4 using 16th notes. Straightforward enough. It actually is quite a straightforward lick, but to get it to sound good is one of those things where you're going to have to either work on your legato stills, and using the plectrum to alternate your way down that natural minor run. So yeah, please do like, share, subscribe, hit the bell button, put it on all your social media with your friends and stuff. Come and visit me at dansguitar.com for the tab. You can visit me on Facebook and Instagram, which are the ones I use most, and also Patreon as well, where you won't find lessons anywhere else, but only on Patreon. So there you go. Right, the lick is coming up now. Yeah, not a lot you can say about it in the sense of there are some things you can do with this to make it sound a little bit different to the way I play it. You can spruce it up, you can tone it down, so it's a completely adaptable lick to the way in which you play. So if you're more of a flashy player than me, then you might not be learning these anyway, but you might take something from it and you might add something else in there which I wouldn't think about doing. So if you're not such a player like me, then you may take things out from it to make it easier for you to play, but they're all adaptable, all 354 of them, so there's a lot of licks to learn. But again, the jamming track, as always, is coming up at the end of the video. It is a Patreon jamming track for the full track, I'm afraid, so if you want that you have to visit the Patreon tier, which is the $5 tier system, I think. And if you want the tab, it's on my website, dansguitar.com. Please do consider liking, sharing, subscribing. Stay tuned for the breakdown and the jamming track, small version, coming up at the end of the video. There we go, here comes that breakdown. As you may have noticed, I went from, for the first 2 runs in the demo of it, up to the octave basically, but it's the same thing, just played an octave higher. So if you feel like you need to work that out, go for it, and then it's great practice to use the same licks from 1 octave all the way up on that octave above the 12th fret, and that's something for you to work out, just see how you get on with it. I'm not putting it on the tab, by the way. So the lick itself, shape 5 of the pentatonics in the key of B minor, and you've got this. So it's basically 7. I'm using the little finger as well. You don't have to, you can use your third, but I find it easy with a little finger. So you're picking the 7, hammering on, pulling off from the 7, 4, back to the 7 on the D string, and then to the 4 on that 3rd string. Then the next part, on the tab I've just indicated this, but when I'm playing it, I go where I'm kind of bouncing back into the bend straight off and then pulling out from that bend itself, which is kind of like this, where we go 6th fret, semitone bend up to the pitch of the 7, let that down, push it back up, let that down, and then pull off to the 4. So you should end up, try and do it slowly, but if you do it quickly, it's almost not noticeable, but it makes a massive difference to the flavour and that phrasing of that kind of 2-note sequence. So that's your that part there anyway. So, and then it's the 7 again, so the A note on the D string, and then back to the B on the 3rd string. So that little section that leaves us with this 4-note pattern going down what would be a B natural minor, and I'm guessing it's round about shape 6. Combining into shape 5. But anyway, don't worry about the shape so much for now. Just try and look at the way that actually fits with the pentatonic, either shape 5 or shape 1. So if you're used to shape 1, look at the way that this pattern of notes fits with shape 1. Oh yes. Right, so we start with the 7, 6, 4 on the 3rd string, and then a 7 on the 4th string. You can pull that off or pick it. Alternate pick would be best. Then we go to the next note in the sequence, which would have been the 6th fret on the 3rd string. So 6, 4, next string is 7, 5. Then it's back to the 3rd string for fret 4. 4th string, 7, 5, 4. And then you've got 7, 5, 4 again on that 4th string to the 7 on the 5th string. So you end up with, and then 5 on the 4th, 4 on the 4th, and then that's going to be 7 and 5 on the 5th string. Then the last sequence is the 4th fret on the 4th string, and then all on the 5th string we've got 7, 5, 4, and then that 2nd fret on the 5th string for the B note, your root note to finish with. So that is your lick. I'll play it for you slow anyway, just so you can get an idea of it, but it should sound something along the lines of this. So 1, 2, 3, 4, and rest. Once again, rest. Up the octave. There you go. Right, back to me and the jamming track coming up in just a sec. Once more, we're at the end, and you've noticed that there are some nice little patterns going through with that natural minor run. One to practice just on its own, and you can apply that to any of the 7 natural minor shapes if you're using the 3-note per string shapes, that is. Please do consider liking, sharing, subscribing, hitting that bell button, sharing on all your social media, and visiting me on Patreon and my website dansguitar.com for the tab which you might find beneficial. There we go, not much else to say. I bid you farewell. Coming up in just a sec is the jamming track, and I see you all next week. Well, I might not, because I'm not about for the next few days, so I don't know if I'll get time to record, but check back anyway. If not, visit one of the older licks. There we go. Nice. See you later, everyone. Goodbye.